I'm Bev Adams. I'm an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up! This is the card I'd like to show you today. I'm hoping you can see that I've got some embossing here. I've used the Peaceful Poinsettia stamp set and the coordinating detailed poinsettia thinlits. I was challenged to use some non-traditional colors. I've used Night of Navy for my stamping and for my card base, but really the Granny Apple Green and the Real Red are taking the show. My card base is Night of Navy. It's 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4, and I have a layer of Granny Apple Green that is 5 1/4 by 4. Another layer for the inside, the same size, 5 1/4 by 4. And I have a piece of Whisper White that is 2 3/4 by 4 1/4. And you may want to use the large greeting, "Have yourself a merry little Christmas," on the inside, and I think that that's what I will do for this card. I'm going to do some embossing with the thinlits and the Big Shot embossing mats. These allow us to emboss with any Big Shot die. The embossing mats come with the directions. The directions have all the directions written in the languages, and then a diagram. The diagrams have numbers that correspond with the directions. I went ahead and wrote in each layer on the diagram. It also comes with a white impressions pad, a thick silicone gray pad, and a thin blue silicone embossing pad. The directions say to have the platform, the cutting plate, the dies cut side up, then the paper, and then the thin blue mat, and the impressions pad. But I would prefer to be able to see exactly where those dies are going to be embossing. So I'm actually flipping some of these layers. On top of the cutting plate, I'm putting the thin blue mat. Then I am putting the paper, and I'm putting the dies cut side down this time. And I can see exactly where they're going to go. And then the white impression pad on top of that, and run it through. It's going to go through very easily. You may not even think you're doing anything. But when you pull it out, it leaves this beautiful impression. I'm going to put my Big Shot away for just a little bit. I'm going to get it out again in a minute. Next, I'm going to stamp one of the smaller greetings near the top of this. Since I did Christmas wishes on this one, I'm going to use "May this season be filled with peace," so that I have one of each. Ooh, I got a lot of ink on there. I'm going to want to do this near the top, about maybe a 1/2 inch from the top. And then I want to stamp my image on this piece. I'm stamping on a diagonal. I'll be cutting this out so it doesn't really matter. And then I'm going to be coloring with Stamping Blends. I have the Real Red, the light and the dark, and I'm going to start with the light one and kind of just fill in this whole area. I don't want to color in these center berries. I didn't really do anything with those center berries. You certainly could. You could put pearls there, or you could color those maybe yellow. But I just wanted to leave them white. And for this, I'm just putting color down as a base. And I use the brush tip for that. Then I'm going to use the dark blend, and I'm using the bullet tip The bullet tip has the little thin line as opposed to the big thick line in it. I'm going to color in the center lines on all these flowers and where they go under. And a lot of times you think you get them all and then you realize you missed one. I think I got them all this time. I'm going to use the bullet tip now. These are called blends, so I'm just going to like stir it up with a little circular motion. I'm going to blend it in for each petal. I don't want to blend across from one petal to another. I just want to mix those colors up. You do not want to use the StazOn because the StazOn and the StazOn will kind of bleed a little bit. You want to use a dye-based, so either the Memento or any of our regular colors works just fine. And now, having said that, I'm going to confess to you that I have not yet purchased the Granny Apple Green. By the time I show my workshop this project, I will have them. And so I am coloring with our regular marker. If I color across the line, it is possible to pick up that ink and kind of smear it around and blend it. So I'm trying to color inside the lines. It's not as smooth a color, and I really find that I miss the blends when I'm coloring with markers. But because these leaves are small and I am being careful, it should be okay. Again, I will have the blends for my workshop. Bringing back in my Big Shot, and I've got that regular platform. This time we do need the thin die adapter. We are going to be doing some cutting, so I'm bringing in my cut up plate and I'm using the coordinating framelit. I could be using the magnetic platform as well, and covering this up, making sure I'm not hanging over the sides. Whoops, I always check before I run it through. I want to be sure that I haven't nudged any of the plates beyond this space and that I haven't nudged the die away from the image. Now I can roll it through. And a perfect cut. Bringing all my pieces back in. I think we're ready to assemble. So I just need to, oh, I see I got a little crooked there. So I just need to put the inside in the inside. Then I'm going to put my embossed layer. And then I'm using my image and I'm putting this up with dimensionals. And I think I suggested on my directions to use the mini dimensionals. They really would fit better for these parts. And I like it facing sort of down instead of this way for this card. And I want to put this kind of in between. And then I want to add some pearls. I have fallen in love with this Take Your Pick tool. And I'm just putting some pearls right in the kind of coordinating spaces there. You could go crazy putting tons of pearls on. But I think I'm going to put one of each size on here. I think I like that. And I think that's it. If you follow this link on the video or in the YouTube description below, I'll have free detailed directions for this project and product links. I sell the Stampin' Up! Products you've seen in this video. Just click the links for products you'd like to purchase and you'll be taken to my online store at Stampin' Up! Be sure to read about the frequent shopper points I offer my customers. I'd be honored to be your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. If you're new to stamping or Stampin' Up!, you might want to check out the Basics tab on my website where I share about stamps, ink, and paper, cutting card bases and layers, and some of my favorite tools. I offer lots more resources at bevadams.com. Click on Scroll My Projects and you can go back year by year to 2011 and click to go to the original post with directions. Getting organized for lots of resources like a practically free stamp pad storage solution, a basic toolkit you can grab and go, labels and case inserts for just about every product, and more. Products from Bev for information about sharing my Evernote notebook of current Stampin' Up! Products, taggers to name all those layering framelets, a paper sampler for Stampin' Up! Cardstock, heavy-duty bags to store your 12x12 and 6x6 paper, and for the bow maker that my friend makes that I'm always using on my videos. Save money or make money. Techie tips. Deals from Stampin' Up! Come stamp with me if you're in Ventura County in California. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and also to my website so you don't miss a thing. More organization means more time for crafting. Thank you so very much for watching. Bye.